You know how we do the YMH lives and they have the heavy segments?
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder if like it'd be what it would be like to show like maybe some cartel stuff, you know? I couldn't I literally
What was it?
skinning someone alive.
Whoa. That's online?
Yeah.
Where do you go to find these?
Just YouTube?
No. 100%. Cheers. Tom's texting. Do you ever sing? You ever sing? When was the last time you sang?
Yeah, I don't really sing that much. No.
That doesn't strike me as, that seems on brand.
I don't sing.
When was the last time you sang?
I mean, how are we talking about like a line?
Anything.
Or like,
I sing a lot.
you do?
Oh.
What do you sing?
I'll sing conversations. Like I'll go, ladies, I need both my girls downstairs so I can eat pasta with the new pasta maker.
Okay. How do they respond to that?
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. That's cool.
Dad, I hear you.
I do it to my boys. Now that you said that.
Yeah. Christina does it to your boys. That is my favorite.
I do it to them too. And sometimes I'll be in the car and I'll just go, my beautiful sons. And they'll go, stop singing. And then Julian will go, I hate you. I hate you.
Oh.
I'm like, okay. Yeah, it's very fun. It's fun to do that to them. Are you guys ready to play? Shut up.
What about like music? Do you ever sing in the car, sing music?
Sometimes, but it's usually like, you know, I'll
Hip-hop?
sing. No, I'll sing like the you know, like the hook, like the chorus or something. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like sing every line of the song.
You know what song I've been singing a lot of?
What?
Well, I've never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma. Bum, 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 bum. You ever heard that?
No.
They said that I was born there. It's a old Three Dogs Night song, but Elvis sang it.
Like it's fun to sing. You
Elvis.
just made me think of this. It's fun to sing like Country Boy Can't Survive.
Yeah.
That's a fun one to sing.
Yeah, like those songs.
Those songs are fun to sing.
Okay, if you could write music, what music would you
That
want
was,
to
by the way, the first time I was like, I'm down with this shit. And it was in Florida. I'd moved to Florida.
Yes.
I'm hanging out with all these fucking new rednecks, and I'm like, this shit is not for me.
And you had to Google. Couldn't even Google, but you didn't know what a trot line was?
I didn't know what any of this shit was. And all these like, and they're just different people, you know. They're Floridians, and I have redneck friends, and I'm like, the fuck is happening? I've never met anybody like this. And my friend takes me hog hunting, and he's got a hunting buggy, and I'm like, this is wild, right? And then one of them's like, you like country? And I go, fuck no, I don't like country. And they're like, you don't like country? I was like, no. And then one of them played that song, and I was like, this shit I can get into. That's a jam, dude.
That song transitions. I bet that's the gateway song that got people into country. Because you heard that song, you're
that
like,
shit slaps, dude.
Dude, probably the best thing any Hank had ever done in any Hank ever.
After Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football, he fucking...
Dude, he fucking... Do you remember...
He got booted for telling the truth. Obama... All right. Sorry.
Is that what happened to him?
He talked shit about Obama, and they were like, you're out.
Have you ever followed his son, Hank 3?
No.
This motherfucker, he puts on a show. He's got 2 bands. Pull up Hank 3. He's got 2 bands. He goes up and plays legit honky tonk. Hank 3 is a bad motherfucker. I took my whole crew on Trip Flip to go see him. He plays 2 shows. He's got one with his punk band that's after, and then he's got one with his country western band.
Punk band too?
He does 2 sets. And I go to Wayland. Yeah. He sings like his granddaddy.
Yeah.
And because his dad was more like a rock country.
Yeah.
His dad was more like an outlaw country.
Are you ready for some football?
Play Monday Night Football! Play Monday Night Football!
Al and Frank and Dan. Man,
I'd spit some beach nut in that dude's eye.
Yeah,
I got the
dude.
shit kicked out of me by a woman at that concert. I got the shit. You know how they say never hit a woman? Man, I was wanting someone to light that bitch up. I got caught in between two. Like, it was a big fight, and all of a sudden, a big, not like, I mean, hot.
Yeah.
Big tits, blonde hair, cowboy boots, white tank top, tight jeans, but big, like 6 feet tall. And I was in high school. She threw me. The fight broke out with my buddies, all my buddies, and the dudes. And I was just like, I was looking to sucker punch someone.
Yeah.
I think she was so redneck, she saw it.
Thank you for your honesty.
And she fucking threw me, and I landed. It was at the Sundome. I landed in between chairs, like down, and she just got up on top of me and started punching the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And I was like, you never hit a woman, but I wanted some. I was looking for Ray Rice right then to just fucking elevate her.
You know who would have probably advocated for doing that?
Andrew Tate?
Well, maybe.
Is by the way, we talked about him yesterday. More stuff's coming out about him.
More stuff?
Did you hear his opinions on Chinese people?
No.
I got the bad. I got like. By the way, I hate. They're just making me like him more.
I just wanted to tell you. I haven't even opened it yet.
What?
But I woke up and I have
you have an email from him.
I have an email. I'm so excited.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Tom.
I know.
It will be beautiful.
Yeah. I'm going to tell him the story about you and that woman throwing you at the concert. That's all.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Dude, holy shit. Yeah. Hey, to Google Andrew Tate's opinion of Chinese people. All I saw is that was in my news thread.
Okay.
And I was like, and it's him with 2 Asian people. Here's where Andrew, I mean, look, by the time this airs, the guy's either been completely canceled and is a joke, or he's got full redemption.
Okay, it says Andrew Tate apparently has really weird takes on quotes Chinese people.
I wonder if they're weirder than mine. Keep going.
Okay. In the August 16th episode of their podcast, Hot Pot Boys, Andrew and David Fung, a comedic duo.
Hold on, stop right there. Hot Pot Boys, great fucking podcast title.
Oh, that's a good title.
Shout out to Hot Pot Boys. I will zoom in with you. I love the title already.
Okay. They played several clips of Tate's most infamous quotes about Chinese people. The first clip shows Tate, who was born in Chicago, grew up in London, now lives in Romania, where the 3 men are prompted to imagine what a pregnant Asian woman looks like. Tate asks Weeks and Gaines, who appear shocked, if they ever seen a pregnant Chinese lady. Okay. Andrew states that the clip portrayed the wildest reaction to just the oddest observation ever. David adds that Tate and the other 2 men were acting as if they were 16-year-old stoners. They both live in areas that are very non-Asian. Miami is 1% Asian. Romania is 0.2% of 1% Asian. Okay, you know the couple with the fact that East Asian culture, women in the 3rd trimester are generally very much encouraged to stay at home or be sedentary, stay in the house.
Is that real?
I mean, it seems like it.
Oh.
And another quote, because the Chinese are extremely intelligent and what the Chinese, they're like ant people. We all work together for the good of the ant. For the bees, we work together for the good of the hive.
And Tate said that?
The Fung brothers, I guess so, pointed out that Tate had a colorful way of stating how Chinese people typically have a collective mindset. David adds that Tate tries to teach his audience about concepts they would never think about, while Andrew explains that Tate acts as if he were a Chinese professor. I mean, it seems like he's saying things that, I don't know, is there anything like super inflammatory?
Here's the crazy thing is that like Asians are pretty upfront about everything Asian culture-y. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're not like that shit never happens. They're always like, oh yeah. Like there's a lot of things obviously our best friends, Vietnamese and Chinese.
Yeah.
And so like, very seldomly do you see them try to hide anything about their culture. I think.
Okay. I had women who worked for me on webcam. We ran a studio. It's a big operation.
It's not the best sample size.
The smallest.
I had women that worked for me in a webcam. That's not the best sample.
I mean, it seems like,
I was talking to the lady at
Scroll down. Is there any more? I'm just looking for like the clips of Tate's observation.
Here, let's just watch a clip. He goes, I'm fucking crying at this. Okay. Let's see what it says.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a Chinese person working for someone who wasn't Chinese?
Yeah. Well, he's asking a white guy.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
That's a funny clip. It's a funny clip.
Here's the thing. Let him take big swings at those fucking weird
but,
thoughts.
You know, okay, here's the thing about that, like, even that observation. Like, of course. The answer is of course.
Of course.
The other side of it is that
Andrew Yang works for the people.
Well, but the other side of that is that immigrant communities often, you know, stick together and develop businesses together from all over. Like, there's Polish communities that like all work together. Of course, there's Korean, there's Chinese, there's like we see that in Los Angeles everywhere. That's not, but it's also crazy to think that Chinese people don't work for anybody but Chinese people. It's crazy. Yeah, but here's the thing.
He's trying to make like, if you were a comic, you could do a bit about that, because it's such an over. I understand what you're saying. Yes, in immigrant communities, they often like my friend Sandy grew up in Boston, in Chinatown in Boston, and her mom does not speak English and lives in Boston, does not speak English.
People are trying to do gotcha to a guy who is
gives two fucks.
He does. He's not running for office.
No.
This is a guy who has like web pages and he's like selling shit and he's just like he's making comment and people are like, you said something crazy.
It's so funny. He's such a, I wonder what kind of music he listens to.
Probably something that puts bitches in their place, I'm guessing.
You think he listens to a little bit of hip hop?
I think maybe some. Who knows? You know, I think it's fascinating that his father was a chess master, and he probably has like an eclectic. You know, he was probably exposed. I don't think his dad was like, throw on that fucking sugar free. It was probably like classical music. I mean, he's probably exposed to a lot of that stuff.
I bet he can play the piano.
You think he can?
Yeah,
maybe.
Guys like that have to learn how to play the piano.
They do?
Yeah, like I just did what he did. Chinese people don't work for this.
Yeah. Have you ever met a Chinese person?
Let's call Sandy and see if she's working out with Leanne.
Oh, that'd be great to get her to weigh in on it.
Yeah, but here's the thing that I from my perspective, Asian people have always been pretty upfront about everything. If you want to say like I talked to Jimmy O Yang one time, we were talking about Asian sunglasses.
Yeah, and
he goes, yeah, they have to make different sunglasses for Asian people, and so like they're not like theoretically, if you said that out loud, someone would go, that's racist.
Yeah.
But Asian people are like, oh yeah, that's real. Like the thing with Asian people covering their skin.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Asian people covering their skin. I remember asking Sandy that. She's like, oh yeah, when I was a kid, my mom didn't want me to get too dark because you look like you work in the field. I
know what you're saying there, and also most of like my Asian friends will tell you that they're like, yeah, I hang out in like Asian. I shop at Asian neighborhood. I go to Asian restaurants.
If you were black, do you think you go to an all-black college?
That's a really interesting one because almost across the board, everybody that I know that went to an HBCU loved the experience. Talks about like how great that experience was. They really do.
Having said now, but if I say that out loud, that it sounds like I would have gone to an all-white college, which I didn't.
Oh. Yeah, and they don't. By the way, there are white students at HBCU.
Usually on scholarship, if I'm not mistaken. I know a few people that went to FAM, and it was usually on scholarship, and that's why they went there was like, hey, I got a good deal going to FAM.
Yeah.
I don't think FAM looks out to try to increase their. I don't. Maybe they do. I don't fucking know. What am I saying that?
I don't know.
I'm entertaining this.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard nothing but like I've seen a number of people talk about like great experience.
Would you be in a black fraternity?
If I was black,
yes,
and I went to an HBCU,
yes,
probably.
Not probably 100%.
100%.
100% branded all over my fucking body, dude. I would be a Q dog in a fucking heartbeat. And I will put this right now. I will put this out right now. If there is a black fraternity that would allow me to rush, I will take a month off, rush and be a pledge at a black. Do you know how much? I bet you would. I bet that would be one of the coolest experiences. I bet you'd learn a lot, right?
You definitely learn a lot.
Learn a fucking lot. You would get hazed pretty aggressively.
Pretty hard.
They still haze in the black fraternities. They definitely haze.
Yeah.
In the white, when I take that back. At my age, when I was in fraternity, they definitely hazed. There was hazing aggressively.
You know what sucks though is that I feel like most like black dudes don't play that gay shit, and so they wouldn't do things like put their dicks on your forehead and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be the kind of the fun of
That's the
pledging.
fun of being a pledge.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember one time they were like, all right, everyone's naked.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their paddles in their, don't think I'm allowed to talk about this. Fuck it. Everyone's got their paddles in their pledge books behind their back, blindfolded, naked in the lounge. And they're like, all right, everyone's facing the wall. In the center of this room is a biscuit. The last person to jack off and come on this biscuit has to eat it. Go. And literally, you're sitting there with a game time decision going, I definitely don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go to it. First of all, I got to go find the biscuit. I'm blindfolded. And then jack off onto the biscuit. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of guys jacking off. You're literally like sitting there panicking. And I'm like 18 years old. I'm a kid.
What do you do?
I paused for just long enough for a dude who will name nameless to go, take your blindfold off. And then you drop your blindfold and there's two dudes jerking off in the center of the room. And we just watched. That was the fun part. Fun part. I think I love being gay so much.
We pay hundreds of dollars per year to protect our homes, our cars, and even our phones, but too many of us aren't taking steps to protect our family's finances. Mortgage payments, private student loans, and other types of debt don't just disappear if something happens to you. A life insurance policy can provide your loved ones with a financial cushion they can use to cover those costs. And it can provide you with peace of mind that even in a worst case scenario, they'll be protected. Policy Genius is an insurance marketplace that makes it easy to compare quotes from top companies like AIG and Prudential in one place to find your lowest price on life insurance. You could save 50% or more on life insurance by comparing quotes from Policy Genius. Options start at just $17 per month for $500,000 of coverage. Just click the link in the description or head to policygenius.com/2bears1cave to get personalized quotes in minutes and find the right policy for your needs. The licensed agents at Policy Genius work for you, not the insurance companies. They're on hand through the entire process to help you understand your options so you can make decisions with confidence. Head to policygenius.com/2bears1cave to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save. Smooth sack summer is slowly coming to an end, fellas. If you haven't been scaping for the summer sun, it's not too late to sweep your sack of those pesky pubes. As summer comes to an end, we enter fall. Keep your boys clean and fresh just in time for Fresh Ball Fall. Start the new season the right way and join over 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping at the code BEARS at manscaped.com. I love trimming back the hair in, on, and around my testicles and penis. It makes them feel smooth and soft and appear much larger than they really are. They even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag that'll bring your comfort to another level at home and on the go. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code BEARS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code BEARS at manscaped.com. Keep things smooth and fresh as we say sayonara to smooth ball summer and enter fresh ball fall.
Do you see what they're doing to Harry Styles?
What are they doing to him?
They're making him because he dresses the way he does,
Yeah.
which is ludicrous.
He dresses wild.
like a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't even think it's cool. Like I get it. It's like non-binary.
Yeah,
but it's like
I think it also happens when you're super famous
and no one says no.
No one's
like, everyone takes the mirrors out of your room.
Everyone keeps telling you how hot and wonderful you are, and so you.
But he looked cool in jeans and a t-shirt.
He does, yeah.
And I get it. I mean, look, I perform shirtless.
The fuck is that, dude?
I mean, listen.
Hey, you know what? This is when you need a friend to go, what the fuck are you wearing right now?
This is when you need a black friend. He doesn't have enough black friends to go, hey, man, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
My chick wears that.
Yeah.
You need to get back in and change.
Hey, man, you wearing a blouse?
You think if Charlie Murphy was friends with him?
Wearing a blouse, motherfucker?
Oh, shit. He's a magician.
Hey, man.
But
hey man, my sister wear that shit.
So apparently they're saying he dresses like this so that gay people will come to his show.
Oh, so this is the
queer baiting.
Queer baiting, yeah.
And so people are straight up asking.
Didn't he also say he was bi?
He says he's non-binary. By the way, don't take everything I say with a grain of salt. I just read an article about it with my glasses off. And so
with my glasses off,
he said he is non-binary, But he has never hooked up with a dude, and now media is like, so have you fucked a dude yet?
Yeah.
Have you fucked a dude? Be real. Like, do you fuck dudes? And he's like, I don't think that's any of your business. First of all, I'll ask you, Tom. I would like to talk about your sexuality right now.
Yeah.
What are your pronouns?
He, him.
Okay. Have you ever fucked a dude?
Why do you want to know?
Why are you styling me like this?
What? When? Today?
Ever?
Oh.
Have you ever fucked a dude?
No.
It would be hilarious if they asked Eric Styles that, and they're like, what are your pronouns? And he's like, non-binary. And they're like, what are your pronouns? He's like, they, them. And they're like, have you ever fucked a dude? And he's like, oh, gross, no.
Gross. A guy?
You mean dick in my...
Have you?
No.
What's the gayest thing you've ever done?
The gayest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
The gayest thing I ever did. This is real, and I do think about this.
Okay.
We were going to Barry's boot camp,
Yeah.
and I wasn't wearing underwear. And Chris Ty Walker saw me, and he said, "You're not wearing underwear." And I said, "I'm not." And he said, "Oh, we should. Neither am I. We should let our dicks touch." And he hugged me, and our dicks touched, and it was the gayest thing I've ever done. And I think about that a lot. I remember our dicks touched, and it was stuck in my head the whole time. I was like, our dicks, like legit, like.
And did part of it affect you that he was like really good looking?
He was gorgeous.
Yeah.
He is still so gorgeous. He is gorgeous.
Wait,
and it was like,
he still is?
He still is. He hasn't changed at all. Pull up Chris Ty Walker.
Oh, you still see him?
Oh, I follow him on Instagram. Yeah, he's got a son. He's happily married. He hikes Runyon Canyon all the time. Yeah, he looks gorgeous. And he's a good-looking dude. And he was a little bit of an alpha to us because he was like our trainer. Yeah. And he was like, and we didn't know. Remember, we didn't know he was gay.
Yeah.
And we were like, dude, you're a badass. And he was like, you guys should come out and party with us. And we're like, definitely.
Yep.
And he's like, Boys Town. And we're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. And then we're like, wait. And then we got in the car. We're like, oh, he's gay.
Yeah.
And but he was our trainer. And when he gave me a hug, our dicks touched. Like went like this, Tom, like this. Mm-hmm. And they touched and like rubbed a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, that was like that really. I should tell Leanne
like
about
it?
that. I didn't like it, but it was definitely. Is definitely something I probably wouldn't do again. Like
he's a fucking stud, and I remember that.
He's a very big dick too.
Do you remember it from that?
I remember that for that. Yeah.
Well, he was like, he's totally jacked, very like positive. What's it called? Trainer type, like motivating.
Oh, very motivating.
And the funny thing is, this guy, I talked about this guy recently. I remember the time where I just told somebody about this, where we were like hanging out after a session, and I was like, "What's up?" And because I could tell he's like, "I'm just fucking fat," and I go, "What?" He goes, "No, I feel fat," and I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Well, that's just how I feel. I'm just not happy with how I am right now." I'm like, "Chris, you think this about yourself?" And he was like, "Yeah." He goes, I'm not happy with where I am right now. And he looked, fucking whatever.
There's two gay dudes I met where every time I went, that's a loss for women. Him,
oh yeah.
I mean, that's a loss for. I guess that's him today.
Wait, that's not him.
That's him.
That's him.
Yeah, that's him.
Jesus Christ.
Still him. I will say this. His running workouts were fucking
Are you sure
amazing.
that's him?
I'm certain that's him.
Okay.
We guys aged. We did this.
I know. I just didn't. I haven't seen him in a while. So.
Yeah. That his running workouts were fucking.
That's him.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah,
okay.
same guy. Yeah. Fucking ripped.
Yeah. No, he was, and he was a great trainer.
I wanted to do a podcast with him. I'm going to do this. I think.
Yeah, we went to the famous bar with him. What's the most famous West Hollywood gay bar?
I know.
The
Abbey. The
Yeah.
Abbey. We went to the Abbey. We had a fucking blast. We got hammered, and then at the end of the night, you remember what he did?
What?
You guys want pizza?
Oh yeah.
And we fucked up pizza.
Yeah, we did.
He is in such phenomenal shape.
Yeah, he's a cool dude, and yeah. So wait,
I'm gonna do this.
So you touched dicks.
We touched dicks, and I remember I couldn't stop thinking about it the whole class.
Sure.
The whole class, I was like, his dick just owned my dick. Like it went head to head and then back and forth, like blump, blump. Like we just gave each other a hug and then he was like, oh, let's touch dicks. And then we did. And then he was like, I don't know if this is a thing gay dudes do, but he definitely.
By the way, I'm sure it's something that gay dudes do. I'm sure they do that. You know, a friend of ours one time told me, and I can't tell you who it is.
Just whisper it.
You'll know who it is. It was like, hey, do you like?
I know who it is already.
Yeah. He's like, what kind of porn do you like?
I know who it is already.
And I was like, I don't know.
I remember him telling the same thing to me.
And I go, and this was like years ago.
Best of both worlds.
And I go, yeah, no, I just kind of watch regular stuff. He goes, I think it's hot, you know, to reach down there. And he goes, you know, kind of jerk a guy off. And I go, what? And he goes, you've never done that? And I go, no. And he goes, really? And I go, that's not a fucking standard thing that most of your, you know, straight friends have done. And he's like, oh, yeah. He goes, I think it's hot. I go, okay, cool, man. And then he would send me fucking links. Like, I just told him I'm not into this. And he'd be like, check this out. And I'd see the title, and I'm like, I'm good. And then later he'd go, did you watch that clip I sent you? And I go, no, because I told you that I don't like it.
It's like, once again, I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah,
stop putting milk in my cum.
And he's like, all right. It's hot, though.
Not that guy. Here's the thing I wonder. So, like, I feel like a bunch of things have happened in this society that I think young ladies, their view. Leanne took Georgia to college, and there was for orientation, and there was a rape seminar, which I think is very important. They said that this thing, 1 in 4 women get raped, which seems
crazy.
Pretty aggressive.
That's crazy.
But having never experienced that, it's hard to say. Like, it's like if you haven't been in a bad earthquake, then you're kind of like.
Did I tell you that we when I was in college we stopped somebody?
No.
Yeah.
Did you ever have? So you knew people that raped people?
Well, what happened was I went to a really small school.
Really?
Yeah, it was like
yeah, in like North Carolina.
Yeah, it's like the size of a high school. So school's that small, and you're a freshman. You're on your own for the first time.
Yeah,
you really get to know. You know, we were in the freshman dorms. You really get to know your hall. I mean, very well.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're away for the first time. You know everyone's personality. You know this guy. I mean, I know this dude was bullying his roommate like mercilessly.
Yeah.
And we had these football players here. I had this one roommate, whatever, and you know, all the way on down. And there was this dude at the end of the hall that he was kind of eccentric for, you know, I think for a lot of Carolina kids. A lot of these kids were like small town North Carolina people. This was like
a carpetbagger.
Well, this was like going to New York for some of them, you know, because they're like going to, and you're still in a very small town. And this kid had like, you know, ear piercing, like he'd have a nose ring. He was eccentric to a lot of them. They were small town Carolina kids, you know. And he would dye his hair, you know, like
which is crazy. I mean, back then.
Yeah, this is like 97. Like so, like you know, he had dark hair, dye it blonde, and people were, you know, they were like he stood out like in that way for this hall. Yeah. He used to say weird shit, but like, you know, we're all freshmen, we're dudes. No one's going to be like, you know, what'd you say? Like, he would say weird shit. And one time we were hanging out on like a Friday night, and somebody comes, like, we're hanging out, you know, doors are open. We're walking into each other's rooms, and somebody's like, yo, I actually forget his name, but they're like, hey, he's down there with like a teenager, like a young teenager in his room. Somebody had seen him go in there, and like 4 or 5 of us were just like, nah, like we can't let that slide.
Really?
So we all walked down there, opened his door.
And this is back when like, that was not like, I mean, that like, I remember when I was a kid, there were 24-year-old dudes that dated high school girls.
Yeah, yeah. And we walked in and he was like, what's up, guys? And we were like, this didn't happen. And he was like, what? And we're like, this isn't happening. Is
he a big guy? I picture him like 6'3".
No, he wasn't a big dude. He was probably, but he was like healthy, athletic, but like you know, he was a few inches shorter than me.
Okay.
Slender, but like, you know, like healthy build.
5'4", 5'6". Keep going.
No, he was probably like 5'9",
Yeah.
165, like healthy, normal build.
And what was the chick like? Was the chick like?
She was like 14, maybe 15. And he's a freshman in college. She's probably a freshman in high school. And she was a little like she was a girl who was hanging out in a college dorm.
Yeah.
And we were like, "You're not hanging out here." And he was like, "What are you guys doing?" We're like, "Not happening, dude."
Really?
Yeah. And we're like, "You got it." And then he tried to get up to leave with her, and we were like, No. You're staying here. Like, she's getting out of here.
Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
Because we were like, how are we gonna fucking? And then he was iced out after that. He was gone after not much longer after that.
See, I must have been oblivious to it, or I had a girlfriend. I had a girlfriend almost all of college. So I mostly hang out.
By the way,
hung out with her.
Chuck was there too.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big dude. That's a big dude.
Yeah, Big Chuck was.
That's a big dude.
And he was a freshman D tackle. He was like 6'5", 275.
Was he ever muscular?
Yeah, he was when he was playing. Then he was pretty.
I didn't mean that bad, Chuck. I know you're gonna hear that and go, I'm still a little muscular.
Yeah, no, he's a big fuck. So.
I think when I think of him, I think of smoking weed. Like I think of smoking weed.
We also may have walked in there with I don't remember if Sam was on our Big Sam. He was 6'7", 330, like the offensive tackle. And so we just walked in there. We were just like, "You're not doing this, dude." Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that kid knew he was gonna get.
Yeah, I must have been oblivious to what was happening in college. I never knew anyone. I mean, I never knew a dude who even told a sketchy story. Like I heard stories of like.
And you went to the party school,
Yeah.
like where there had to have been assaults.
I know more stories about dudes being gay in our college, in our fraternity.
Yeah.
Like when ecstasy came out.
What was the word?
Ecstasy came out,
Yeah.
and I remember there was a few stories of like dudes kind of hooking up.
Yeah.
I knew more of those. I never heard one, like, I guess people don't brag about rape, but I never heard. I never heard one.
Yeah,
I
no.
literally never heard.
No. Of course, I never heard somebody brag about that either.
I guess that's the whole stigma is people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I'm like sitting here going, well, I never heard about it. And you're like, well, that's why we're talking about it now. So people have the right to stand up.
The thing too that all the stats point to is that it's like 90% of the time it's like someone that the girl's familiar with.
Really?
Yeah, it's not jump out of the bushes, which is like what people
Old school.
Yeah. No, it's like it's someone that they're comfortable with, who's like, come on,
That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, whatever. I want my daughter to be safe. I would be. I guess you have a suggestion, Halston? Halston wasn't done with this conversation.
Okay.
Go ahead.
In. Two N's.
Oh man.
Want to buy a vowel? Yeah. I. There's an I. Don't lay it under again. G.
No way.
3G.
No way.
$3,750. I'll buy a vowel.
This guy better not.
1E.
What? No way. This guy got lucky.
Cool. I'm glad we watched that.
Okay. All right. It was a good pivot from rape. From rape to racial. Potentially racial.
Do you have any hate crimes you want to show us, Halston? Maybe a beheading video?
Oh my God.
What?
I thought, you know how we do the YMH lives and they have the heavy segments?
Yeah. You've not shown a beheading yet?
No. So,
Are you going to?
well, so one of the last things we always try to up it, but I always go like, let's stay away from like torture
Yeah.
and murder and stuff. So I saw a guy, we played a guy shoving his scissors in his dick and it was just like blood pouring out of it. And then, this guy drilling an electric drill through his finger.
Why?
But I was like, I wonder if like would what it would be like to show like maybe some cartel stuff, you know. I found it and I literally felt my soul like leave my body. I couldn't. I literally,
What was it?
Skinning someone alive.
Whoa! That's online.
The football season has kicked off. Teams are celebrating their first wins of the season, while others are revisiting their game plan. Whether your team won or lost in Week 1, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is giving you a shot at an easy W. New customers, all you have to do is bet $5 on any NFL wager, and you'll instantly receive $200 in free bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code BEARS and receive $200 in free bets instantly when placing a $5 wager. That's right, DraftKings is giving all new customers $200 in free bets when they place any $5 or more wager on the football team of their choosing. And with same-game parlays, you can combine multiple bets from the same game to give yourself a shot at even bigger winnings all season long. DraftKings has been around for a while, so you know your funds are safe, can be withdrawn whenever, wherever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code BEARS and receive $200 in free bets instantly when placing a $5 wager. That's promo code BEARS only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The best time to prepare for growth is before the opportunity arrives, especially for online businesses. ShipStation sets you up for growth by directly integrating with every shopping cart and storefront, so your products are easier to find, easier to manage, and easier to get into the hands of happy customers. Don't wait until you're drowning in orders to find the right shipping solution. Upgrade to ShipStation today. They have the best interface where you can see everything that's been ordered, what's going out, and which carrier is delivering it for you. Whether you're starting small or scaling up, ShipStation makes ship happen. Join over 130,000 companies who have grown their e-commerce businesses. Ship more and grow more with ShipStation. Go to shipstation.com/cave today and sign up for a free 60-day trial. Start today and get set up before the biggest shipping season of the year. That's 2 months free. Visit shipstation.com/cave, CAVE.
Where do you go to find these?
Just YouTube.
No. You're in the dark web.
It was horrible.
Wait, why do you,
Because I just thought, I was like, oh, we'll find like something that'll push. And
but does it like make you, like, I don't understand what does it do, like I can't watch scary movies.
No, I can't watch what I just described to you. I couldn't watch it.
But you can watch heavy segments and I cannot.
I've some of them. Some of them I turn
any.
away. I've dry heaved and fucking thrown up watching some of them too. The whole fun of a heavy segment is watching it with a group, and it's the same way people record themselves and they send in they have viewing parties.
Yeah.
It's because you're collectively being like, oh my God. So it's the reaction. So that's what it's like in the studio when we do them. It's just like you fucking freak out. That's the fun of it. But you also like you hit certain things enough. So you're like, all right, we've done scat stuff or we've done,
Yeah.
So like there was a lot of sounding, like this person stepping with her stiletto heel through, and there's so much blood. So everybody cringes. But that cartel stuff, oh my God. There's one that I saw the thumbnail and I was like, we can't do this. I can't. It was just, they had tortured a guy and they let a pit bull like eat him while he was still alive.
Why? Like, I just don't get it.
Because they're not nice.
No. I'm not asking why. I'm saying, why do you even find this?
No, because I thought maybe we would go down.
I've still never seen Two Girls, One Cup.
You've never seen it?
There's certain things I just can't, you can't unsee. And I know that. And then you have that vision for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You get to know that thing exists.
You don't want to see it?
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see the dude that breaks the jar in his ass. I don't want to see
That's
the dude
one guy,
that
one
gets
cup.
fucked. I don't want to see the one guy that gets fucked to death by a horse.
Mr. Hands?
I don't want to see any of that stuff.
You gotta see it.
No, I don't like. I can't watch Game of Thrones because there's too much death in it.
What?
I was watching with the girls, and I was like, I don't think I realized how much death was in this.
I think you're making a good choice. That stuff, once you see it, like I saw thumbnails. I didn't see the videos I'm describing to you. I saw the thumbnail, and
Really?
I was like, yeah, I was like, oh man.
Did Push like this before you met her?
Fuck no, she doesn't like any of that.
But she watches it.
No, not the stuff I just said. She, you mean the heavy stuff?
Yeah, the heavy stuff.
She has the same thing where she can't. There's some things that she can't. Like she has a vomit phobia, So sometimes they'll throw in a vomit clip in there just to upset her because she has like a legit vomit phobia.
There's a lot of shit I don't like.
Yeah.
I have 3 lists. Shit I don't like,
Yeah.
shit I don't care about, and shit I love.
Right?
So fill up your lists. Shit you love. What shit you love? Like you like an Asian dude getting kneecapped by a car. Like that, you love that. You love that. I know you love that.
I do love that.
Yeah, like I do not.
Well, I like screaming. I like when somebody screams or wails and moans or cries.
I can't watch people wiping out on skateboards. Like I can't watch people hurting themselves.
I can watch that. There's nuance to it. It's not just what people go like. You love seeing people get hurt. I like seeing a wipeout of some kind, but I don't want to see gore. In other words, if the leg pokes, as a compound fracture, I don't like it. I like
What about a girl
when
who
the Asian
hits her face?
The Asian clip,
Yeah.
in the garage.
Play that. I don't think I've ever watched. Like I've seen that clip.
Here's why it's a perfect example,
Why?
though. You don't see any damage. It's all like, it's implied that the guy's hurt, and his scream makes me laugh, and the whole way.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I liked the guy getting pulled off the mountain with his parachute.
Yeah, yeah.
That is pretty.
Wait, watch this. This is the best part, actually. Okay, so he finally pulls up. Check this dude out. Look at that concern. Look, wait. Right? And then, that one stops there. Then he comes back. He comes back and he checks on the car. He goes like, car got fucked up.
Wait, I want to see you fat laughing at it.
Oh.
Can you believe you looked like that?
No, sometimes
Into this.
I'm pretty fat.
Wait, how much do you weigh right there?
255.
No, not
260.
even remotely.
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean no?
You think you weigh 255 right there?
260?
Did you ever used to weigh yourself then?
Yeah.
What was the heaviest you ever were?
Ever?
Yeah.
The heaviest I ever saw on a scale was
Whoa, look at Push. She looks totally different too.
Yeah, it's a number of years ago.
No, she looks totally different.
Yeah.
You guys look like kids.
The fat kid.
The fattest you ever were.
And I remember where I was. So I remember I just told this story to somebody.
Who was I just with the other day who said, oh, I was with Matt Mitrione.
Yeah.
And he goes, what's the fattest you ever been? I said, 265. So he goes, 270. I went, no. And he goes, you were 270. You just didn't weigh in that day. And I went, okay, you might be right. Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. So here's exactly how it was. I was 245.
Okay, which I am right now.
And I remember being like, okay, I'm okay at this weight. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm accepting it. And so when I would see 250 on a scale. If someone was like, what do you weigh? I would go 245.
Yeah.
And then I would go like, I don't really need to do anything because I'm 5 pounds from the weight that I'm supposed to be at. Then I saw it hit 255 and I go, that's still like 10 pounds. That's not that crazy.
Yeah.
Then I saw it hit 260 and I was like, it's a little further from 245.
That's 15 pounds.
Yeah. Then I saw it hit 263. I remember that. And the heaviest I ever saw where I was like, I got to do something was 268. And it was at the house we were renting after.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that
After
place.
we left Redondo.
Yeah.
I had the scale. I remember I was
Over by the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was in the master bathroom and I got on the scale. It was 2016. I had done a I'd just done this tour, and I saw 268, and I go, that's really far from 245. And the same day, a guy who I don't really know, like, I mean, I know him, but I'm saying it's not like a close friend. I had never heard of this. Sends me this thing about the keto diet. He goes, have you heard about this? I'm thinking of trying this. Like, you just, fat. It's like you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember that day. I was like, I gotta try this.
And you started doing keto then?
I started doing keto then.
How did you lose this weight? Like you look. I saw you shirtless. You look phenomenal.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Honestly, it is really just consistency.
With diet?
Dude, you know what? No, consistency with everything. So yeah, diet. I'm pretty strict. I'm not like
no booze. No booze is.
obsessive.
I'm right now. I'm 245. I was 265 as my heaviest.
Yeah.
And I think I was floating in the 250s for a very long time. 257.
Yeah, that's how.
But when I stopped, I've only stopped drinking for like 8 days. But once I stopped drinking, I drank at Leanne's birthday. But whatever, we don't count that.
We don't count
it was
that.
tequila. And so, but the second I do that, it starts coming off. But I have to work out every morning.
Yeah.
I have to kind of eat clean throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have like a cheat. Like I had a cookie yesterday, but like I'll have a cheat. But if I also don't drink, I sleep. My recovery is through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
So wait, so you did keto?
That was back then. Now I'm not doing
Now
that.
you're just doing.
What I try to do.
Oh, I scheduled an appointment to get my blood work done, get my testosterone checked, everything top to bottom.
Good.
Friday, Leanne and I are both doing it.
You're both doing good.
Leanne's because we've got a friend. LA's California's kind of weird with the laws, you know, about. By the way, I hope that what's our buddy's name over at Ways to Wellness? Brigham. I hope Brigham hears this and is like, yo, send me that fucking blood work. I'll take care of you. Brigham. Shout out to Brigham.
Yeah, he's
the
best.
fucking best, dude.
Brigham's
I've
awesome.
done stem cells over there. Ways to Wellness is the thing that convinced me, but I'm not in Austin enough, and I don't live in Texas, and to get the Ways to Wellness. They're the gangsters.
Ways to Well.
Ways to Well.
Yeah.
I'm doing a thing through I forget the name of the company, but whatever.
Now Brigham is awesome.
Brigham's a badass, and he's the one that convinced me to start leaning towards this. So I brought it to Leanne.
Yeah.
And I know you and Joe are the ones that introduced me to it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got referred by Joe, and I took you there to get stem cells.
Stem cells, and I fucking loved it. I got my mom's stem cells. She loved it.
Yep.
I did Intervita stem cells with Joe. I loved it. And then I was terrified to get blood work. Started getting blood work, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do my cardiologist every 6 months, and then this every 6 months.
Oh, shit.
And overlap them so that I'm getting blood work every 3 months to stay consistent. And I'm going to see. LA is weird when it comes to testosterone. I don't know, but they can give you a pill in your ass that's very minimal, or a cream to rub on your chest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it increases your testosterone. My testosterone was extremely low. But regardless, I want to check all the stuff. And then, because they can boost all your levels on everything and just keep you healthy. But I was thinking, I've been meaning to tell you that.
That's really good.
Doing it Friday.
I'm glad you're doing it. I think the whole thing you already know is that the consistency of it all.
Yeah.
And like for you, I think like a lot of people, when you're home, it's easier to be consistent. When you're on the road,
It's so hard.
of course.
I'm bringing my trainer with me.
That helped me a lot. I bring Sean Nix on the road with me. But the great thing is that like you have a living example with you.
Yeah.
So would I still work out without Sean? Yes. Like, he's not here. I worked out yesterday, and I worked out
When do you leave tomorrow?
I leave tomorrow.
What time?
Early.
I
But
should have had you work out with me this morning.
yeah,
I should have done that. I worked out at 7. There's no reason for you to come here that early.
that's pretty early to come. But the thing is, you're seeing somebody. This is the great thing about it's like when you're on tour together, usually it's like you see somebody, whoever you're with is like, I'm going to eat. You're like, all right. And then you're seeing what they're eating. You're like, all right, like that's what this healthy, trainer eats. I'll have that. Then he's like, what time are we working out? Like it's a everyday thing.
Yeah.
So you're just like, all right, I'll see you at 1. Let's work out at 1, and then you leave there and it's like, let's make protein shakes on the bus. And then,
So my trainer trained, I'm going to write his name down because I can't say it out loud.
Okay.
But I think I might have told you this already.
okay. No shit.
Yeah, that was her. She was his personal trainer through all his big movies. And,
Yeah.
and and she
Any good stories?
well, it's not no good stories, no gossip,
Yeah.
but the way he runs his life. So I started doing little things he does.
Really?
Yeah, like it's just time management.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like
that's somebody who does a lot.
Yeah, he does a lot. And it's time management. The way he runs his things, time management. So she said to me, I said, I want to bring you on tour. I want to see what it's like because I would like to bring you on tour up until my special. But I also know that I'm taking you out of your life. So we're going to do the run. I'm doing British Columbia. I'm doing Victoria, Vancouver, then Red Rocks, and then we're on to Lafayette. And I said, let's do that. Let's just do that little run of
See what it's
Canada
like.
and Red Rocks, and we'll work out every day. It's going to be 5 days in a row. We'll work out every day. And she said, do you want the, and she gave his initials, do you want the blank blank program? I said, what's that? And she goes, it's full. I mean, I'm top to bottom. I can do top to bottom, and I can do that program for you. And I went, yeah, fuck yeah. She's like, great. And she's like, we're starting with supplements in the morning. We're starting with meals. I will pick your meals. I will do and it's all of it's off your plate. All of it's off your plate, and we'll just take care of it. At night, if you want to party, you can party, but it's going to be tequila. It's going to be nothing else. No bottles of wine at the end of the night. It's going to be a few glasses of tequila, but you're on his program. Dude, I went off this air. I'm going to tell you stories about what he does, about how he operates.
Yeah.
It is clockwork. That man's life is sin. And
There's no way you can get done what he gets done if you
It's
were just
impossible.
kinda, like loose about shit.
well,
you know?
it's funny. I'm trying to speak in. I don't think he would ever be upset about what I'm sharing, and we haven't said his name. So, so hypothetically, say this guy was into soccer. He's not. He's into other the sports. So I'm not going to say sport, so that you never forget. If he was into soccer, he goes into the gym and there's music playing. There's soccer on 3 screens, and as he works out, he's getting all his. Like, it's like theoretically, if I put on TikTok and Instagram on the thing, and I was like, that's where I did all that was in the gym. So what I started doing is I started putting on food shows. I love watching food shows. So I put on food shows on mute on my TV. And then as I work out, I watch my food shows, and then I'm done. Like, this is cake. Is this cake?
And now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. It can be tough to train your brain to stay in problem-solving mode when faced with a challenge in life. But when you learn how to find your own solutions, there's no better feeling. A therapist can help you become a better problem solver, making it easier to accomplish your goals, no matter how big or small. I go every week, and I would not know what to do without therapy. It is literally a trainer for your brain, and it helps you, whatever you're thinking about. I don't care if you have anxiety, if you're down, if you're just confused. It's great to have somebody that's a professional you can bounce things off of. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, accessible, affordable, entirely online. Get matched with a therapist after filling out a brief survey and switch therapists at any time. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/bears today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/bears.
That's very
Is
funny.
this? I'll put it. Is this cake on? But on mute.
I noticed without making that plan that when I work out in a gym during the football season and football is on the screens, I'm much more intense.
And you enjoy being in there.
You
look forward to being in there.
And you start you run harder, you push harder. Like it's a good background thing. I get that.
We just started running again recently. I love running. I hate rowing. We're buying a rower for the bus to take with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna be doing all my workouts. I'm gonna see what it's like that first week. I'm doing a workout with Nathan Florence in Hawaii. He does these, I mean, almost like if a sociopathic CrossFit workout. Like he did one. Type in Nathan Florence. Go to full day of training. Type that. I think I showed this to you, but this is scroll forward. Scroll forward. They do a jog up front. Scroll forward. There's cats. I've already watched this. This is what we're doing. Go back. Go back. So they do. There you go. Right there.
You're doing this?
I'm doing this in this exact field with Nathan Florence. They do these. They do these. And they just go. All right. We're gonna do. They do this for an hour. They're like, we're gonna do 100-yard farmer carry.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do sumo squats or whatever at the end. And then we're going to do 20 burpees. And we're going to do it until you do 100. Like that, they just do because they're working out to survive in the ocean.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, do you want to do an insane CrossFit workout when you're in Hawaii? And I was like, fuck yeah. And he goes, we'll go drink beers afterwards. I was like, done,
Yeah.
son. So like these guys, it's funny, man. Like, look at that. I have a really hard time doing that exact workout.
That one?
That bent. When I have those over my
Squat
head,
to press,
I can't do it because I almost like lose my balance.
Yeah. Is that him?
No, that's Nathan's the one that looks like almost like him, like a sloppy, fun workout. Like he's almost like giggling the whole time.
That's him?
Yeah, that's him.
That dude's a fucking beast right there.
Dude, Nathan Florence's whoop workouts when he surfs, it is fucking redline the whole time.
Really?
And he burns like 3,000 calories in a surf session. What are we doing
Surfers are in
for Sober October?
surfers are in great
What
shape.
are we doing for Sober
better
October? Are we
figure
doing
it
it?
out.
Are we doing it?
I don't know. Are we?
We got to pull the trigger because I can't go willy-nilly up until the day of. We need stakes. We need commitments. You know, Joe's doing it, right? He's in.
I don't know.
Joe's in.
He's gone back and forth about this in the past, where he's like, "We're doing Sober October," and then, it'll be a few weeks before, and it's like, "Hey," so he's like, "The fuck out of here! I'm going." He'll
Yeah.
change depending on his plans or his mood. So I haven't heard something. I know he suggested it and was like, "Yeah, I'm into that," but I haven't. I don't have like confirmation that he wants to do it.
And then, by the way, are cigarettes off the book for Sober October?
Sure,
For everyone?
cigars.
Okay.
Are we sober?
I don't know. I mean, maybe we should start up nicotine.
Good idea. Dip. We should start dipping.
I would love to.
Country boy can't
Buffalo.
survive.
What is it? Buffalo Trace? Not Buffalo Trace. What's our dip sponsor? Black Buffalo.
The
Good God, I would
by the
love
way,
that.
that's-
I would love that.
I think it's when I threw in one of my first dips was after hearing that song too.
Fuck
I
yeah.
was like, put beach nut in my. I fucking yeah.
Okay, what
I got
if?
into
How
some
about
redneck
this?
shit.
What if me and you just do Sober October if Joe and Ari don't want?
Okay, do we have stakes?
We have to have. But our stakes. See, here's the problem. Our stakes always pay out.
What do you mean?
Like we always pay out our stakes. Like that's the problem is that with the four of us, it's a little lopsided.
Oh, I gotta bring something else up to you too.
What?
Your birthday.
Yeah.
So
Are we just gonna end it?
here's what I was gonna tell you. All
Just
right.
don't do it.
Well,
Because I'm terrified of your birthday. It's in April.
I know. Well, here's what I was gonna say.
What?
There's I don't have any time like to meet up. I was gonna try to do something like an experience
Yeah.
as opposed to a thing.
Yeah.
But our schedules don't allow for
Yeah.
the experience. So it's like I would have to get you stuff, like
Okay,
another
just-
thing.
Just give me $100,000.
Jesus.
Just pay for me to make a TV show. I don't fuck whatever. I'm done. I'm so tapped out. I'm getting anxiety about my birthday because of you.
But so can we just have an honest dialogue about this for a second? Like,
Yeah.
Are we continuing this? I have to figure out a thing to get you if it is continuing. I wanted to do an experience. That's all I want to tell you. I wanted to do an experience. The schedule just doesn't allow for it to happen.
Yeah. I'm gone.
So it's
Yeah.
like buying you like I said, a thing now that it has to be a significant purchase, which I'm not complaining about. Like you got me a fucking
I know
race car.
how much money you make. I know that's not a problem.
I'm just saying, like, are we?
We should have this honest conversation. It started with my birthday.
It started with getting you an e-bike that you said is rad.
Should we just start? What if we just started going back down in prices?
This could be a thing, maybe to be like a
Because
little more reasonable.
it's gotten ridiculous. I think it's a little out of touch.
It is.
And when I say to people, I bought them a race car, everyone's like,
I know.
Yeah.
And
So like maybe we have to revamp the birthdays because this has gotten to a place where I'm getting anxiety for you, and Leanne got really worked up because it's my 50th.
Yeah.
And she was like, and she got me. I know she got me this. She doesn't know that I know this.
Oh, did she get you like
She got me.
a cool backpack? Really?
Yeah,
That's pretty fucking cool.
yeah. And she spent.
And you know this?
I think.
Fuck.
Yeah,
This is not very Leanne.
I know. Well, I think it's brand new.
How did you put it together?
who's our lady in?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say her name. By the way, she sent me a very sweet email. We was a very kind woman in Vegas.
Yeah.
I'll give her a shout out. I give her a shout out on Whitney's podcast, and she hit me up. She's like, "That was very sweet of you." I'm out with. You know who she's with right now? I once again I know she's private, so I'm not saying her name. So she's with Patek Philippe right now.
Patek.
What is same? And so she.
What do you mean with the company?
With them in fucking Switzerland.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right now, she was like, "Oh, I wish. Let me know if you're going to be in Vegas. I'm out in Switzerland with Patek Philippe." And that was very kind of you to say. She's awesome. I think she's fucking awesome. It's so cool when you meet someone like that who is passionate about their work, and then you're passionate about that shit, and then you meet up, and we talked about her Whitney and I talked about her, but how did I?
Yeah, how did you find out?
I don't know. How did I get onto her conversation?
Because I asked you, how did you find out?
I don't know.
The thing is, it sucks that you found out. I wish you would.
Because I was like, I'm going to Vegas in the end of the month, end of October, September. And I was like, I'm gonna go hit up, and see what they have. And Leanne's like, what are you getting? And I was like, well, I know what I want. She's like, what? Don't just get something. You should talk to us before you get something. And I was like, oh. And so then I started doing a little research. And by the way, if she did not get that for me, I will have a temper tantrum on my 50th birthday.
Yeah.
Fucking temper tantrum.
Yeah. Because I put that on a request list too.
You did?
Yeah.
To Our Lady?
Yeah.
Really?
Of course.
What should I get if I go there? And I kind of want what you have now. That's a beautiful watch.
It's pretty great.
Can I try it on?
Sure.
What is it? It's like it's the only piece of jewelry a man gets is a watch.
Well, it's just like, I don't know. They're fun.
I love the band.
Yeah.
I love the band, and it's almost like it's got like a little bounce here.
Yeah, it's like a sportier kind of band. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my wrists are so much bigger.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my wrist is bigger.
Yeah.
It's a good looking It's a sporty looking watch too.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. How do you know what you like? I always say that to you.
You do say that.
So give me a list of shit that you don't care about.
What do you mean?
Like, what's something you like that you hear people bring up on a podcast? And you're like, I don't really give a fuck about that. Like, I remember listening to Joe and Tim Dillon talk about California politics, and I was like, and I live in California.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. You do live here.
I live here, and I was listening to two dudes in Texas talk about what our problem with homeless people are,
Yeah.
and I just was like, don't care. Don't care. Not in my backyard.
What do I not give a shit
I
about?
don't care about women's volleyball. I take that back. I remember staying down in La Jolla doing the Comedy Store, and at the very end of that boardwalk, there's a women's volleyball courts, and it's pretty fucking awesome.
Oh my god, I remember.
Pull up women's volleyball outfits.
Here's the thing: you think it's about the beach, right? Like the beach volleyball players.
Yeah.
But then you go and see like the, the college and Olympic, those with the short ones.
Beach volleyball is by the way, I do care about volleyball. Volleyball's fun as fuck.
They have the greatest asses, and they have
the best. Oh, go to the middle one.
They're like 6'1", and they have these like.
Oh my god! Look at that body.
Yeah, their bodies are unreal.
Their bodies are fucking unbelievable.
They're unreal.
Okay, I'm back in. I like women's volleyball. I'm so sorry I said that. I don't really care about curling, and I've done curling.
I don't give a shit about curling for sure.
Like, it's interesting that I don't care about soccer.
I think my only interest in soccer, I learned this, is that I can get into any sport when it's really high stakes. So for whatever reason, when the World Cup comes on, I get a little primed up for it too.
Really? When's the World Cup this year?
World Cup's not every year. It's every 4 years.
When's World Cup? When's the next World Cup? I could get into World Cup.
It's exciting. It's exciting because the stakes are high and you're watching the best players.
Sunday, November 20th?
Oh, it's this year.
Yeah. All right, I'm getting into World Cup.
Where's it going to be this year?
Let's go to the World Cup, Tom. Where will the World Cup be? Click that link, maybe. Is it all over the world?
No.
Hence the World Cup?
No. It's going to be
in
Qatar. Okay.
Oh, hard pass.
All right.
I don't think you can drink there. What boring fucking. So you're just going to watch soccer? Type, can you drink beer in Qatar? I would like to go to Qatar to go to the World Cup. Do I have any time off in November? I don't.
November
I'm
is
shooting a
pretty-
special.
Yeah,
And you're shooting a special.
I am.
Oh, we definitely can't do Two Bears that first week. I thought we'd do Two Bears November 1st. I think I'm in Lubbock, Texas. And then I was going to just go right to you.
I'll be home for part of this.
Yeah, but you don't want to fucking deal with Two Bears the week of.
Hold on.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck me.
I could do November 1st.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, that'd be fun.
I could do that.
So for the birthdays, I think we need to revamp this thing.
How about this?
How about what?
Just as an idea.
Okay.
Thoughtful, something I think you would enjoy.
Under a price point.
But we bring it down to earth.
Bring it back down to earth. So that I think it's cool if we go thoughtful, price point, and make it something accessible that other people go, oh, that is badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how it started with the e-bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my fault. I got too excited.
You
And I
got the
had
jet
money
ski.
for the first time. I got
Yeah.
the jet ski.
Yeah.
And
Which
then-
was rad.
And then it just got out of control.
I know. And I think I'm going to get into aviation. So it's a good thing that yeah,
Oh my God.
I'm taking a lesson soon.
We gotta race that fucking race car.
I know. I haven't even been in Austin. And they told me, they're like,
Will you get done your tour kind of in like April, right?
well, I'm going to take it to the track as soon as I am
Get
home.
a chance.
Yeah. I'm going to definitely try to just,
Wouldn't it be cool to just have a life where you lived in a city,
and
lived there and
all
like,
the time.
and you just were there and you knew
Yeah.
people there and you'd be like drive through your neighborhood, be like, "What's up, Bill?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "What's up? Hey, Tom, you
What?
grilling out this weekend?" You like, I am.
We kind of have that.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't.
Really?
I do not. I had 2 months here, and people would go like, "Hey, man, I like the house." I'd be like, "Yeah, me too."
Yeah.
And they'd be like, you should like it." And I go, "I don't live here. I live here as much as you do."
Yeah.
And then I go out. I'm gone. I'm gone. I was telling someone, but I don't look at it as bad. Like I go on the road until I'm sure I've announced Alaska by now, and if I haven't, I'm so sorry. But like I go from this date starting to Alaska in December, and
Yeah.
I am fucking
Go on.
out, and I love it. Like I come home a little bit every now and then, you know.
Yeah.
Like I go to Georgia's parents' weekend,
Yeah.
and so like but I love it. And then, dude, I literally, I have to be. We just had a conversation about this. I have to be hyper aware of everyone else's lives.
Yeah.
Because I push, it doesn't register to me. Like to go to Europe for a month does not register to me. I go, fuck, I get excited. I go, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, let's go on tour of fucking Europe. Like I get excited for that shit. Fully loaded. I go like, I'm certain there are people that I just got a text from someone who I know. I know who's backing out of a date.
Oh.
And so, but like some people get overwhelmed by work, you know, like they go like,
Yeah.
like they go, I just like, I had it a couple times on Fully Loaded. People just, I got to go home. I can't do this. And I understand that. I went to camp when I was a kid and I was like, this is too much for me. But when it comes to work, I am gone.
Same, dude.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of shit we never even talked about.
Great.
I haven't even talked to you. Guys, coming up on the next episode, I explained to Tom how I learned that history is not dinosaurs, then Jesus, then everything else. Coming up on the next Two Bears, One Cave. I love you, buddy.
Love you too.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call Two Bears, One Cave. No scripts, a bit of booze, amateur partology. Dirty jokes, raunchy humor, no apologies. Here's what we call Two Bears, One Cave.